We got some more spring propaganda to break down, this time out of Boulder, Colorado. And if you've watched this show, man, you know we're here for this. Propaganda sometimes has a negative connotation. Not on this show, dude. If you're putting out spring highlights from your football team's practice, we're going to break it down. We're going to extrapolate something from it. Going to take a lot from a little. That's what this time of the year is for, dude. Like, propaganda is a good thing on this show. If you can't get juiced up about spring practice, this probably isn't the show for you. But if this is a show for you and you do get dialed in with spring practice, make sure you're subscribed. If you're a Colorado fan, you want to see more Colorado content, the best way to let us know that you want to see more Colorado content is by subscribing to the channel. So we appreciate you for that. So let's get to this here right now. 7-on-7, you got Kaidon Salter just delivering an absolute laser down the seam, on time, over an NFL Hall of Famer's head right there to who other but Isaiah Harge. It's the throw is one, you just saw, but check out the reaction here. Hitch up, let it go, see it, guys open, Cash Money Records. Check out the reaction. It's casual, man. It's another weekday, another work day for my guy Kaidon Salter. Taking a lot from a little. First thing I want to say is obviously that throw was phenomenal. Like that was something that gets you excited. And you pair that with the other propaganda we've broken down already on the show from A1 Julian Lewis. If you're a Colorado fan, everyone's talking about, well, Shadour's gone. Can we replace Kaidon Sanders? Everyone outside the Colorado fan base, I think, is saying that. Of course, it's a question you have to answer within Boulder. But if that's a sneak peek at who you could have playing quarterback for you, like, you already know what Kaidon Salter is from what he was at Liberty, but to have that plus Julian Lewis, who you already saw, plus, I know it's 7-on-7, but to see Pat Shurmur dialing it up. Was talking with Kato before the show, man, producer of the Hard Count. He made a great point. He says, what if Pat Shurmur is just that guy? Like, he's been a coach in the NFL for a very, very long time, but now he's in the college ranks, and he did what he did a season ago with Shador, and that offense propels this team to 9 wins a year ago. Like, what if this is just Colorado, dude? What if this is just what they're going to be as long as he's at the sticks at the offensive coordinator position? I think when you look at the future for Colorado, too, you talk about what you lost in the receiver room. I see Young Buck and Isaiah Harge making the catch for you. I mentioned his name earlier in the segment. I want to make sure we emphasize it here. A dude who had 1 catch for 39 yards a season ago, also played some defense. So you lose your top 4 guys from last season. Some production has to be in place I'll say that again. Some talent has to be in place to replace some production. A lot of people will see that clip and say, oh, JD, it's just spring. Are you really reading into it? 1, yes, we are. 2, if you're a Colorado fan, celebrate this, dude. To see your team looking that way offensively, even if it is just 7-on-7, we are a year removed from having a 4-win season, and we called a 4-win season a tremendous amount of success because it was a year after a 1-win season. Like, you got a quarterback who I just mentioned in Kaidon Salter, who's as proven as I think you could have gotten in the portal, paired with a high-profile true freshman quarterback battling for the job. This is life right now in Boulder, Colorado. Isn't that nice? Isn't that kind of a first-world problem to have? I'll say this, too. When you talk about where Colorado is here going into 2025, what you're seeing now, when you zoom it out and look at the roster, look at the quarterback room, and look at just the overall talent level in Boulder, that is the prime effect. The prime effect at the front end was great. You grab a Travis Hunter, he goes and wins the Heisman Trophy. Shadour Sanders is probably going to be a first-round pick, potentially a top 10, top 15 pick. I'm not looking at the mock drafts. Sounds like a top 10 guy to me right now. The bottom line is that was the excitement at the front end of this thing, but the prime effect that we talk about on this show, that has some real staying power. Like, to have a guy like a Kaidon Salter jump into the fold because of what you're doing out there in Boulder, to be able to land a Julian Lewis, to have an Isaiah Harge just casually on your roster waiting to make some plays for you, along with the other names that we don't even know about yet that are going to be guys that are ballers for Colorado in the fall. That's the thing with Colorado. That's the real prime effect. The attraction of talent, bringing him into Boulder, doing it his own way. Forget whatever we've said when it comes to questioning how they operate on the recruiting trail, the transfer portal. It's working. People can have opinions. We can have opinions on this microphone. But when you actually put it out into practice on Saturdays, that's all that matters here. That is all that matters here. And as long as you're doing that, man, you won't hear a peep out of, I think, myself or anyone else when it comes to the product that's being put forth right now out there in Boulder. So, is it a lot from a little? Of course. But if you have that to look at, plus the Julian Lewis clip, which we have a video out already on the channel, go check that out. It looks like the quarterback position is going to be in good hands here moving forward. And see Isaiah Harge making some plays. Yeah, that's also encouraging. So keep it locked right here. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Let us know how you feel about 2025 if you're a Colorado fan moving into another year in the Deion Sanders Coach Prime era. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We'll keep this party rolling, and we will see y'all next time.